Welcome to Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes with your host Bert Laporte, Damien Monte Carlo, and Angry Mike D. Alright, sit back and enjoy the ride as they talk about all things that rock and other useless knowledge you don't care about. And remember, every asshole has an opinion. This is theirs. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.
All right, we're back with another episode of Mixtapes.
Oh,
The
look at
Tasty
Stevie.
Cakes here.
She's giving you some love, Dame.
Got a little Stevie girl here.
Look how cute she's giving you kisses. Look at that.
Yeah, this is all day long. Thank you, Stevie girl. Thank you. Here on Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes, we're going to review the new Marilyn Manson record, One Assassination Under God. Stevie girl loves it.
Chapter
Right.
1.
Chapter 1. You like the
Chapter
album?
1. That's a yes. I think that's a yes.
Yeah, she likes it. Good girl.
Yeah. So
Good girl, Stevie.
if you follow us, you know how we do it. We rate it 1 to 10. We put all our numbers together. We get an average, and we talk about our least favorite song to our favorite song.
Right.
So we go through every song, give a little tidbits on what we think, and yeah. So last week we did, what was it, the 25th anniversary or something like that of
30th.
30th anniversary of Portrait of an American Family, and yeah, that was pretty good. And this week we're doing the new Manson, which I was pretty excited for, and yeah, let's just get right into it. Okay, so One Assassination Under God, Chapter 1. Marilyn Manson's doing all the vocals. Tyler Bates, who also plays with him live, you know, does the guitars, the bass, the keyboards, except for, I think, one song Lola Collette does piano in, and Maxwell Urowski does the programming in track 4, and that's what Collette plays the piano on track 4. But the rest of it, and Gil Sharon's the drums. The rest of it's pretty much Tyler Bates and Marilyn Manson, which is he's worked a lot with Manson the last couple of years doing some
Tyler Bates, the wrestler.
That's what I thought.
The different Tyler
That's what I
Bates. No, not Tyler Bates. Not the wrestler Tyler Bates, but the guitar player. But anyway, he's been working with him for a while. So all right, let's get in this. There's 9 tracks on this record, and yeah, that's got a pretty good score overall. So let's get into it. Coming in number 9, Meet Me in Purgatory. What you got, Damo?
Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite tracks on the record. And it came in last, which is, I mean, considering I guess we'll see as we go on, but doesn't mean I thought the song sucked. It was still a really good song. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Doesn't sound like, thank you, Stevie girl. Thank you. It doesn't sound like a Manson song. It sounds like, I don't know what it sounds like, but it could be a hit on the radio. It's a real catchy riff. It's just a really, really cool tune. I dug it a lot, man. It's got a lot of replay value for me.
Very cool. Mike D.
I mean, to say that this is the worst track, that's pretty good, because I mean, I still gave it a 7.5. It's not a bad track at all. It's actually probably on another day, it could be one of the best ones on the album.
Yeah.
But you know, it's probably one of the more popular ones on this. I really like the bass that's flowing through this one.
Yep. Meet Me in Purgatory. I gave it a 7.75. I like the drums. I like the nice guitar overlay, some mellow distorted vocals in there. It's got some good synth pop going on during the chorus. I think it's a solid tune. I mean, lowest ranking, 7.75 is pretty damn good, for the least like track on the record altogether. That's a great number. All right, coming at number 8, Death Is Not a Costume. What do you got, Damo?
Kind of starts out more of like a chill kind of feel. But the choruses are great. The music is really good. Got some cool keyboard stuff in it. I really like this one a lot, and I gave it a 7.85. Some of these scores I gave, I had to cut them down close, like 7.9,
Yeah.
7.85, because they were so close, you know.
Yep. Mike D.
Yeah, another one. I gave this one a 7. Wasn't one of my favorite ones on there. And the reason why I say that, I felt like I heard this one before. It really reminds me of Nine Inch Nails Animal through a lot of it, but still, it's a really good track.
Okay. I gave it an 8.5. I love the mood of the song. The little
Yeah.
guitar wobbles, Dame, that are in there, right? So the lyrics are great. His singing's great on it. He sings well on this whole record. It's pretty good. Um, and I think it's a vocal standout for me on this one. It's really good. The pre-chorus is good, and it's got a nice big chorus. So yeah, this was pretty good. Definitely replay value. 8.5 for me. Coming in number 7, Not If You Understand. What do you got, Damo?
Uh, this one kind of reminded me of like one of it, like a classic era song, you know, but it still doesn't sound like it's from the 90s, but it's got classic elements, I think. But man, just again, like great riffs, great chorus. I mean, and I'm not even like a big fan, to be honest with you, but I'm just calling it like it is. I think this album, this song in particular, and the whole album, it's great. So I gave this one an 8.
Nice. Mike D, what you got?
Yeah, I gave this one a 7.5. Definitely one of the heavier tracks on the album. Like Damo said, this reminds me of a little classic Manson, a little less gothy electronic feeling, but it has that classic Manson feel to it. And again, like Damien, I went into this, I really didn't listen to much Manson. Like I only know a handful of songs. I think I only own one album by him. I wasn't expecting much from this one. And I think I had a really good surprise at this.
Nice. Not If You Understand. I gave it an 8. Like you guys were saying, this tune could have been on the first or second record. It's got the Antichrist feel to it.
Yeah.
It's pretty pounding. It's a mover. It's definitely a mover. I like the distortion on the voice, the really cool bridge. The middle part's really good. I think it's well put together. And as you both said, it sounds like classic Manson. First 2 records definitely sounds like the
Hmm.
first 2 records to me. And he sounds great. He really sounds really good. Coming in number 6, No Funeral Without Applause. What do you got, Damo?
I like this one because it's kind of like organic sounding. It doesn't sound like not a lot of keyboards and industrialization to it. You know, it's kind of raw sounding with the guitar. It's kind of eerie. Uh, really good tune. Along with the other ones, very close as far as the score goes. 7.95. I gave it. I give this one.
Cool. Mike D.
I gave this one an 8. And again, this one reminds me a little bit of his older stuff too. I gotta say, I think I like this slower stuff on this album, and that's usually I'm more of a faster paced song person, but for this one, the slower ones they just worked.
Okay, No Funeral Without Applause. I gave this one an 8. First things first, lyrics are great. The lyrics are really good. Really cool guitar part that reminds me a little bit of Heart Shaped Box. It's got a little bit of that in there for me.
Yeah.
Which I love that riff too. Good melody. All the build-up parts are well done. I think the song has a lot of feel to it. Yeah, I like this one. This one's real good. Coming in number 5, As Sick as the Secrets Within, Damo. What do you got?
This might have been one of the first ones. This is one of the singles, I think, right?
First
One
single.
of the This is the first one. Yeah.
Mhm.
So this one really really grabbed me when I first heard it. And kind of got me by surprise too, because I was like, wow, man, this is really fucking good. Really good song. I think I gave it one of my favorite, probably my second favorite track. 8.25. I gave it.
Nice. Mike D.
Yeah, another one of the slower chill tracks. I gave this a 7. I really should have gave it higher.
I
It's
agree.
way better than that. I think I messed up on that, but
Yep, I agree with that. I gave it a 9.25. That's how much I like this one. What an awesome build up for the opening of the song. Manson's voice sounds great. Cool lyrics, good melody, the cool electronic parts thrown in spots. It all works so well, and it's got memorable guitar melodies through it and a real good chorus. So I think it's a real good song. Real good song. Coming in number 4, Sacrifice of the Mass. What do you got, Damo?
I guess the closest thing to a ballad or a slow song, you know, uh, as you're going to get, and it closed the album. My least favorite one on the record, but still pretty damn good, and I gave it a 7.8.
Nice. Mike D.
I gave this one an 8.5. I really like this track. I like his vocals in this. It's he just I don't know. I felt like he never went places with his vocals like he did on this one. Like he really went high on some of the parts. And to tell you the truth, it didn't really even sound like a Manson song through a lot of it. And it's just very slow, atmospheric, good ending track.
Yep. Sacrifice of the Mass. I gave it an 8.5. Real good way of bookending the album, I thought. It feels like you're on a journey. Very cool tune. I love the verse melody. Some of the vocal little high parts were really neat. I thought it was a nice little touch. And, it's an eerie, perfect ending for the record. So, yeah, I thought this was a real good ending. I thought the opening and ending really made sense together. Coming in number 3, the opening track, One Assassination Under God. What do you got, Damo?
Yeah, I never really thought about the opening and the ending, and I guess they're probably kind of like bookends, you know. So
Definitely.
this one's kind of slower, but it's got like some pretty metal parts in it, like with the guitar. I think during the verse or whatever. But I liked it. It wasn't one of my favorites, but I gave it a 7.9.
Okay. Mike D.
Yeah, this one matches the last song for me. I gave this one an 8.5. Slow. It's got this like sort of like that new proggy feel to it. Great atmosphere sound to it. It just really kicks off the album well. Kind of sets the pace for it.
Yep. I gave One Assassination Under God a 9. I love that the album opens up with a kind of eerie but mellow movie like kind of atmosphere going on. Great lyrics, great melody through the song. I love the music in this. I really do. I love the machine gun sounding parts. It's just great. And this tune is one of the ones that get better with each listen. When I first listened to it, it might have been a 7 something. It went up to an 8 something. Then it went up to a 9. So by the
Mm.
fourth, fifth listen, I was loving this song. I love that it opened up the opposite of what a normal album would open up with. He would have bang. He hit you with a mood, which I thought was cool. It's very epic sounding. Okay, coming in at number 2, Sacrilegious. What you got there, Damo?
Yeah, there's some good stuff on this one. It sounded like he took some chances as far as the vocal melodies go on this. Some different stuff for him that he was doing, and yeah, I really liked it. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Okay, Mike D.
Like this one too. I gave it a 7.5. Reminds me of his older stuff a little bit. A little cheese factor to it, but it was still good. Very, very poppy. Good chorus to it.
Yeah, see, now I didn't see the cheese thing in this one at all. Because I mean, we'll go into when we do our final thoughts, but what the album's about, kind of deal. Sacrilegious, I gave it a 10. I think it's a perfect song. I love the little intro. The lyrics I think are awesome. Perfect melody. It's got the Manson swing going on drum wise, which I love.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite tunes on the record. Great chorus, and he sounds great on it. He sounds great on it. The words are fucking great. Great. All right, coming at number 1, Raise the Red Flag. What do you got, Demo?
Yeah, my favorite track on the album, man. It good vocal melodies, really good music, some cool things going on in the song. Really catchy. Even some of the music parts are really catchy and stuff, and they kind of stuck with me. So I gave us an 8.5 out of 10.
Nice. Mike D?
I gave it 7.5. And right before we did the podcast, I listened to it again, and I'm like, man, I probably should have rated this higher. Another really cool track. I like the keyboards in this one. Very,
Yeah.
very poppy feel to this one.
Yep. Raise the Red Flag. That's my second 10 on the record. I had 2 10s on this record, and that's the other one. Just awesome. Another perfect tune for me. I mean, as soon as the keyboard part comes in, I'm hooked. Great melody, great lyrics. I like the vocal effect, great chorus. It's a Manson's back song. I love the delivery of the vocal on this. So, that being said, Damo gave the record an 8.02. Mike D gave the record a 7.66. I gave the record an 8.77 for a total of 8.15, which I think it's our highest rating this year for a record.
How about that?
Yep. Yep. That's pretty damn good. So let's move on to our final thoughts. Damo.
Yeah, man, this is probably the first record of his, me personally, that I liked from front to back. I really didn't think there was any filler. So, I mean, look, I'm coming from an outsider. Really, I thought this was the best one that I've ever heard. Really, in my opinion, you know, I would. I don't think I've ever seen him live, but I would definitely go.
Nice.
And yeah, man, and I high praise. You know, great stuff. You know, from the first single I heard, then the second single, third single, and then the entire album. Man, it's really solid. Really great job.
Cool. Mike D.
Yeah, I mean, for like Damo, I'm going to ditto Damo on this one about as far as like this is like the first Manson one I heard that I really liked all the way through. There wasn't really one you had to skip on this one. I think I own one CD of his. I think I'm going to pick this one up on vinyl.
Very cool. Yeah.
That's when you know we're gonna fork down the $40.
Yeah, 30.
I don't
like
know if it's that. Is it 30?
It's about 25, 22
Yeah,
something.
it's not. I don't think it's too bad
On Amazon. I actually have to order mine this week. I didn't order it yet, but I will order it probably tonight. You get the MP3 rip too, which is very important for me to get that MP3.
You love that MP3 rip.
Well, I want to put it on my computer.
It's a nice
It's
perk.
important.
Yeah.
When it's $25, I get an MP3 rip. I'm okay. If it's 20 something dollars, I don't get one. I am not into it. I want my money's worth. Okay, my final thoughts for the record. The record, I don't know if I heard it right or not. So, I mean, don't quote me on it totally, but I heard this album kind of has to do with what he's been going through the last couple of years with all that shit going on. So that's kind of, and it makes kind of sense of it when you read some of these words. So, yeah, so that's the way I'm taking it. So, my final thought is the album is an epic cinematic journey through the mind of Manson. It's fucking cool, man. He's singing better than ever. There's tidbits of every era in his career throughout this. I hear stuff from Mechanical Animals. I hear stuff from the first record. Antichrist, I hear stuff from. I mean, it's all over. I think there's a lot of feeling in this record. Vocally, I think he's pouring his heart out kind of deal. I really do. The lyrics are artistic and still hit with a punch, which his lyrics are always kind of neat. The Sacrilegious where he talks about, can you see from like the top of my horns? It's fucking great lines. Great lines, man. It's got a lot of emotion. I think it's one of his best releases, and I definitely can't wait to hear part 2, and I hope we get it at least by next year. That would be really, really cool to get it by next year. And I mean, like I said, this is our highest.
Is there going to be another one, or is it just some bands call it part 1 and it's...
I think he's going to do a part 2. I think there is going to be a part 2. I just hope it's this good. And I like the fact that it was 9 songs, bang, 8-9 songs, bang, and then the next one. I'd rather him do that after a couple months, maybe put out another 8 or 9. Perfect.
Guess what? Like the older I get, I think 40 minutes, perfect album.
That's all you need.
I don't even think this is 40 minutes, is it?
I'm not.
It's
sure.
in that range. 37, 40. It'll tell you on Spotify. I know that.
43. Yeah, 43.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. 9 songs is perfect, man. Yeah. And I love the way it bookends from the beginning to the end. It's really, really good. And I don't know if anybody's seen any of the videos. There's like at least 3 videos out, and they all look pretty damn good.
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
Yeah, they're all good. They're all really good. So,
boy Kanye in them?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But being a Manson fan, I'm pretty stoked for it. Out of all his records, there's only one record I really didn't like too much. I'm gonna have to go back. That Born Villain I wasn't crazy about, but all the other ones I kind of like. But this one's pretty damn good. That Raise the Red Flag and Sacrilegious, man. Wow. Them 2 songs are just ridiculously good. Instant playlist.
Yeah, I was listening to it Friday when it came out, and then today at work I gave it another listen, and man, I was like, wow, this song is great. This song is great. I mean, it was really good. I'm pretty blown away by it, about how good it is, really.
Yeah. I mean, really, for for Mike to go in the 7-something range for a final number's big. And even you could be pretty tough too, right? So,
Yeah.
I'm easy. Usually
This could have
you know,
easily been an 8 for me though too.
yeah.
I like that it didn't sound so overproduced. I like the keyboards in there. I actually do like the way the guitar sounds, which I never really liked that industrial kind of like sound like a friggin' high pitched razor or something like a lot of those bands
Yeah,
back then.
I'm
used-
kind of over that
saw.
sound. Like that's
but the
like
drums,
that.
everything sounded good.
Yeah.
His vocal melodies were great, catchy. It sounded like out of the box for him, you know.
Yeah, I like the pronunciation on a lot of the songs. I just like the way he didn't overdo it. He didn't get too, and I like the weird when he gets weird, but he didn't really have to go there. It's like it was
Sounded kind
pretty
of
good,
serious. Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty damn good, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we got to, we're heading here. We're at the end of November right now, pretty much. So we probably got, I don't know, 4 to 5 episodes left of the year. We'll do our favorite records to the last week of the year. Yeah, so I know we're probably going to do the Motley Crue 94 album because why wouldn't we do that for this year? And probably a couple other episodes. And I don't know, yeah, what we got planned exactly, but stay tuned. Mixtapes and tasty cakes. We'll see you next week.